On December 6, 2005, I suffered my first stroke. My name is Nancy Magrini Cavallone, and I am a survivor.
On August 28, 1972, I was born a survivor. My name is Robin Musmano.
On February 6, 1998, I died.
Well, you know the old saying, your life can change in a heartbeat. Well, mine did.
My survival story started the day I was born. When I was 4 years old, I had my first open heart surgery. I was born with a hole in my heart that didn't close on its own.
My sudden cardiac arrest happened on February 6, 1998, while I was celebrating my 48th birthday at a restaurant with my husband and my two friends.
I woke up that snowy morning and I remember it very clearly. I had gone up to get to the bathroom and my arm was numb and I couldn't understand what was going on, but okay, I fell out of bed, you know. I looked at the clock, it was like 3:38 in the morning, and I went back to sleep. I woke up around 7 a.m. My entire left side was numb. It was dead, there was no feeling at all. At this point, I knew it had happened. I knew I had had a stroke. So I dragged myself across the bed to get to the phone and to call 911 to get help.
I went on to have many, many procedures and many, many surgeries. I never knew I was a survivor or a fighter. I thought it was normal, everyday life. When I was in my 20s, I started getting palpitations and not feeling well. And when I told the doctors, they told me it was because I was in my 20s. And I would not take that for an answer. So after a few searches for new doctors, I was in arrhythmia and I needed to have an ablation. I did okay for the next 5 years, was still symptomatic here and there. And when I was in my 30s, I had my first mitral valve repair. Unfortunately, it didn't hold. Within 2 years, I was back in the hospital for a mitral valve replacement, which put me into heart block, which gave me a pacemaker.
They called 911 to see if there was a nurse or a doctor in the restaurant. The nurse and the doctor started CPR. A police officer came in to the restaurant with an AED and defibrillated me twice before he got my heartbeat to go into normal rhythm.
The ambulance had arrived. They had taken me to the hospital and confirmed that I in fact had a stroke. At this point, the hospital had to teach me how to walk, how to dress myself, how to coordinate my limbs, like a 2-year-old.
I did okay for about 2 years, and then I went back into heart failure. With the help of some medication, I did okay and bounced back. And then again this past summer, I went into congestive heart failure and got a defibrillator with a new pacemaker. I now take 9 pills a night, every day, and I pray for the best.
I am here today because CPR and AED saved my life. I am very lucky because of the American Heart Association's chain of survival was carried out smoothly.
It's been a long journey, but the journey is not over.
I'm thankful for the American Heart Association for all the advancements they have made. Without them, I wouldn't have my family, and I probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
I've made it my mission to help others and have donated 15 defibrillators in the community because if only one life is saved, it is well worth it.
I will continue to always speak about stroke and heart attack to make sure other people know and are aware that there is hope and you can be very positive and you can survive.
My story goes on and always will. Congenital heart disease is a lifelong survival story that I will continue to fight and I will never give up.
I sit here today sharing my story of survival so that others will have the courage to react, respond, and not be afraid to save a life.
And I am very happy today to be here, to be able to share my story with you as a survivor. And my why is that my dad passed 38 years old and I had my stroke at 48.
My why is my daughter, my husband, and my family.
My why are my grandsons and my family. If I had died that night, I would not have had all these incredible memories with my family and my grandsons.